Darling is going to come up and miss his first couple axe hits on Sleep Down. Sleep Down is going to quickly get an axe hit, and both players are going to trade axe hits. Darling is going to go in with the double jet boost and get another 150 damage off on Sleep. Sleep is going to be able to get the backflip into the axe hit, combo that off, but bouncing off the wall for the double. And Darling takes first blood of the game.
Here is some Darwinian. Keep up the momentum.
Northwest zone is now forbidden. 6 zones.
Kipple is going to go up and try and rush Woolen, getting punished by Woolen, jumping out of the craft to break Kilpo's armor, but Kilpo does get an axe hit of his own. Of course, you can see that Woolen does not have no armor from that first axe hit he got. He is going to go in for a jumping downswing, but is again going to get punished for it. While I'm going to try and go in for that grapple axe, but not quite able to land it. Going in again, but this time he does get reflected. Kilpo going for the arrow reflex. And Woolen is going to be able to punish the jump. Of course, you do not want to be jumping in this game. You have very predictable arcs, and it can be very easy to punish. Woolen is going to land that final arrow to get the kill on Kilpo. I feel like Kilpo made one too many moves there that were way too easily punished by Woolen. Of course, now both players are going to know where each other are and are going to try and play with that knowledge. Seeing as Darling has basically been just W-keying this entire game, I don't think anything's really going to change in their playstyle. Woolen is going to be able to miss that first Ice Bolt. That Ice Bolt could have been crucial to this fight. Going for the bubble, as the wise man Harper would say, the Pro League bubble. Woolen is going to break Darling's armor. We've seen very high kill amounts from both of these players during the game. Darling finally getting a hit and breaking Woolen. Woolen going to hold that arrow, going to get that headshot. Darling quickly going to retaliate with a body shot of her own, or their own. I shouldn't assume genders. Woolen is going to be able to hit the Ice Bolt, but not quite able to follow up on the arrow. Of course, that arrow can be very inconsistent to hit. Darling going in, gonna miss the opportunity to combo off the wall due to the bubble. Woolen gonna be able to get a double hit with the axe and the arrow that's gonna bring him down by 300. That's 450 damage done in a short burst amount of time, and Woolen does get the victory. Good game to you. Woolen gonna be engaging here with Magic Matt. Woolen gonna be able to get the first hit of the fight, breaking Matt's armor. This is Woolen versus Matt. We have seen Woolen play pretty top level, so he is going to use this time. Going in, getting the double with the rolling axing. Matt going to be able to get the first hit of this fight for his side. Woolen going to try and snipe him out the air, but he's not going to be able to do it, especially now with the smoke screen. Woolen going to try and go in there for that grapple axe, but not quite able to connect. Now the beach party is ended. You can definitely see Woolen getting a bit more aggressive here. Really going in to try and finish that kill, but he is going to get punished for his aggressiveness by Matt.
3 zones remaining.
Understanding he has the HP advantage, Woolen is not going to let up in his assault. Matt going to have a mistimed jet boost and is going to get punished for it by Woolen. That was a good fight. Darling is going to go after Woolen, but Woolen is going to be able to get the first 2 hits off of the fight, already having a 150 HP lead. Of course, that's a great advantage to have. He's going to get the direct grapple, but they're both going to mistime their axe swings. Darling going to get him up against the fence for the double, but Woolen quickly going to turn that around and get the double off on Darling. Darling kind of backing off, playing a bit more passive now that they've taken quite a few hits. Woolen is going to be able to go in for the grapple axe to finish off the fight. Now it's just Kindness versus Woolen. Of course, both players are going to have that exposed. They're both going to have the track on them. For basically the duration of this fight, Kindness is going to go in for an arrow hit. Or not an arrow hit, an axe hit. But Woolen is going to be able to get the first axe hit of the fight to break Kindness's armor. Going for the reed arrow, not quite able to hit, but he is going to be able to land with the grapple axe. Both players trying to read each other's movements with the arrow going in for the grapple axe. Once again, up against the wall. Kindness is going to be able to reflect to get the arrow off to break Woolen's armor. But Woolen getting another arrow of his own. Ooh, Kindness is going to be able to get that headshot with the arrow. And of course, he does have track arrow damage, so that it is going to be 2-5. But Woolen is going to be able to hit the ice. And this could be the end. Getting a near frame perfect arrow reflect. Kindness is going to live just a little bit longer. Going invisible. Trying to get some distance so that they can met up. Woolen is going to hear that armor crafting and is going to try and go in for the grapple axe. Again, going for some reed arrows, but not quite able to land. While players exchanging arrows, really trying to play passively. Woolen is going to use the bubble to try and go in and get a bit more aggressive here. And Woolen is going to be able to land the final axe hit to end the game. Good game to you, Woolen, and a good game to everybody else. XD is going to jump down here on Clueless Robin. We are going to trade hits. Ooh, but XD gets 3 arrows in a row. Is he going to be able to follow up with the 4th? He does with the 4th. And Robin is going to be able to retaliate with a headshot of his own. But that triple arrow is something you kind of see in one of those top player montages. XD is going to be able to go in and get the swing for the kill. Of course, another good kill by XD. Over here we have Woolen fighting off against XD. XD does have... Actually, no, they're pretty much tied, but XD does get 150. Woolen, realizing he's low, is going to be able to hit the ice shot. Surprisingly not going to take this time to get away. He is going to use it to get a free axe swing off on XD. XD going for the shrink, and possibly a shrink arrow. I can be the only one who thinks, like, the enlarging animation is still really weird and laggy, right? XD is going to be able to land the arrow off on Woolen for the kill.
2 players remaining.
HP loss at the start.
Darwinian shipment has arrived.
XD gonna be able to take the first hit of the fight, breaking Kindness's armor, quickly going in. Gonna be able to follow up with 150 axe damage after that armor break. Going in for that shrink uppercut for the hit. Kindness is gonna be able to retaliate with an arrow to break XD's armor. Both players gonna reflect off of each other. Kindness gonna be able to reflect off the follow-up arrow from the reflect. That's a lot of reflecting if you ask me. Kindness gonna be able to hit another arrow. XD really going in on these tele axes. Getting another 150 axe damage hit off on Kindness.
West zone is now forbidden. Final zone.
XD gonna go in. He's gonna get that hit. Kindness very low on HP, and XD is gonna be able to hit and finish off the game. Good game to XD, and good game to everybody else.